And here we go. It appears so super blurry, and I think it requires a certain amount of light to hit on my face before it autofocuses properly. Something like that. It's all good. Well, we're off. Lions and tigers and oh my! Lions and tigers and what is that? Is that the Wizard of Oz? I named it as a reference that I didn't even remember where the reference came from. It seems as though it's from the Wizard of Oz, but I'm not sure. So, for those of you that were so saddened by missing out last night and missing out on my surprise, let me explain myself. You got a lot of explaining to do. Let me explain myself. I was afforded the opportunity to go shopping with my wife. And I took that opportunity because I like to spend time with her. And I knew that, obviously, but I thought that maybe we could hop on the stream for a moment. But it just wasn't, we were just chilling. Just having a good old time, good conversation, all that. And just wasn't ideal. So it's all good. So this morning, I'm drinking Blue Machine because my mother-in-law got us a thing for Sam's Club, and I was able to get a 145,000-gallon container of Blue Machine for $6. It's kind of amazing how that works. It's like $6? Are you kidding me? That's how much a regular one is. And this is like 15 billion gallons. I don't even know how I'm going to get all this home, especially being in the billions. So I hired some guys also for $6. It's amazing how that works. And they helped out. It's pretty awesome. Guys, it's 3:38. Let me explain myself. It's 3:38 in the morning. It's 3:38 in the morning. And there was a Lily Allen song, and it got remade. I think it was Lily Allen. I don't know who it was. The remake is terrifying. The original wasn't that great either. They sure they know music. Tell you what, these people that make catchy tunes, okay, 74, it always gets a little much. Let's chill out. Everybody just calm down. 72 is much better. 72 is the temperature of heaven. Everybody knows it. Chill out. Chill out with that 74. Just chill out. I can't even breathe at 74. It's like, all right. Oh, wow. Welcome, human. I guess. I mean, you might be human. Why do I end up almost always having one person that just says nothing? I mean, just pop a hi. If you don't want to, is it that you just don't want me to know who you are? Is that what it is? That's fine. I mean, I've done that before too, where I'm just curious. I'm just checking things out, and I'm just fascinated and curious by a certain channel. And I'll tell you exactly who it is. I'll tell you who it is. I've talked about him before. His name is Tyrion Foreman, and he streams like 20 hours a day, maybe more. I don't think he streams his sleeping, but he lives and works at home, or maybe he doesn't work at all. Maybe he just lives at home. He's definitely adult, I think. And he just streams constantly. And I've never watched more than 60 seconds or so because I was just so scared. He has 0 subscribers, but all of his videos have between 0 and 4 views. And I assume that one of those views, at least some of the time, is me just going, what is going on with this guy? And he doesn't know who I am. I have never chatted on his live stream. So I get it. I kind of get it. Oh, you are going to say, oh, that's fine. It's fine. Hello. Yeah, red. Can you see the red on my face? It's all shiny red, and now it's green. See, now, if you see me bend down, you know it's not good, but I bent down to look because it was a red light. I'm not ignoramus. Although you can check his channel out. He does pretty good content, I guess. I've watched some of his streams, and he's a good musician. He is a good musician. He's doing the thing. And his name's Stephen Ignoramus. And he streams almost every day. And he has a little schedule thing. And he replicates his streams on like 15 trillion different platforms. Obviously, hyperbole is the thing of the morning. But top of the morning to you. I hope you're in a different time zone where it's not 3 something or even 4 something. I hope you're in England or Australia or somewhere where the sun is up, because why am I going to work at 3:40 in the morning when my normal schedule would be 8:30? Well, I need to do 10 loans by about 10:30. That's going to give me about 6 to 6.5 hours to just do nothing but nonstop, just crank out the loans. The fastest I've ever done a loan is 12 minutes. My average-ish, pretty much my average, is 40. 40, 30, yeah, 38, 35, 40. Somewhere between 35 and 40 is my average. So even at my average, in 6 hours, I should be able to crank out 10. And I have to, because that's what they're expecting of me, to have this privilege of working overtime. Let me explain it. Saturday is not a scheduled day. We work Monday through Friday right now. And Saturday is extra. And we're not scheduled. This is called unscheduled overtime. It is not forced. It is not mandatory. There is an unwritten expectation that the whole team will work on Saturday during this busy season. This is possibly the last Saturday, maybe. And there's an expectation that everybody will work, and they'll work until the loans are done. And it will be equitable, and nobody will be like, yeah, I showed up, I did 3 loans, checked out, what's up, bye, see you later. That's what they don't want, because then it leaves a heavier burden for everybody else. It makes sense, kind of. But on the other hand, it's unscheduled overtime. And there's this movie playing. It's called The Pilgrim's Progress. I read the book as a kid. I really liked it. Oh, there's an RV with a massive storage trailer. I read the book, Pilgrim's Progress, as a kid. And I was like, this book is so great. I love the allegory. It's kind of Catholic-y, though, if I remember correctly. I think it's a little on the verge of Catholic-y. But I think that there was some relatively well-based theology too. I don't know. It's been a long time. All right, go the speed limit at least. Clock in. There we go. Not clock in, I guess, whatever it's called. Punch in. Lock in. That's what I want. Lock in. Cruise control. That's what's up. So the movie starts at like 12:55 or something, or 12:50, and I have a 45-minute commute. So 10:30 is the latest I really want to be at work. So I was like, how am I going to do this? So the plan was originally to get dropped off at work and then picked up later. I would have been high and dry because the loans would have been far done by the time that she was coming to pick me up. I would have been just like sitting there doing, I would have done work. I would have just kept working for, Monday's loans. But anyway. If you don't already know, I work at the largest credit union in the world. I just like saying it because it is kind of fun. But my employer is not the largest credit union in the world. Unfortunately, I'm a contractor waiting to get a full-time permanent position with the company that I work at, not for. So the nature of being a contractor means that you don't get benefits and your wage is much less. Okay, a portion less. I'll say a portion less than the norm. And the benefits, obviously, are they non-existent. They're like, if you want health insurance, it will only cost you 2 paychecks per week. Wait, so you're saying if I want health insurance through you guys, I need to pay you twice what I'm making every week to have that health insurance? Yeah, only twice. Wait, so how would I be expected to make the money? Yes, I'm still being hyperbolic. I am, but it's about like that. It's like 40%, something like that. It's like, no. I poured like 10 ounces. The serving size was 8. I know, living on the wild side there, breaking the rules with the serving size. I just don't want to overload my system with too much sugar early in the morning, because that can really rise you up and then no good. No bueno. No bueno, amigo. Más o menos. I just like certain phrases in other languages. And más o menos is just a good one. Así. I don't even know what así means. Is that the same thing, pretty much, as más o menos? I know más o menos means more or less. Like, I know what it means. I don't just say these things but I actually don't remember what así means. Kind of. Is that what that translates to? I see. I don't know. Don't say it if you don't know what it means. Okay, I get it. You know, Jim Gaffigan does a lot of that internal dialogue stuff like you do there, Gospel Bearer. You know the difference between you and Jim Gaffigan? What, he's funny? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You got it. I know. Well, I'm not a professional comedian. I'm just a dude. Every now and then I think I'm funny. Does that count? Oh, my eye. Creatures of rock and dust. I eject thee from my eye. Excuse me. So I think I'm gonna be fine. Some of these mornings I'll go in and I'll just be like, I am dead to the world. I cannot do a thing. I don't have that freedom. I don't have the luxury of being lackadaisical or tired, whatever that means. I just have to like get in there and work hard and focused. So what I do requires an immense amount of vigilance. It's not just crank this out. There's a certain level of hypervigilance to detail that is mind warping. And even the best of the best, I think somebody did 27 in one day, and that was like a 14-hour day for them, maybe 13 hours, 14. I think it was 14. So they're still cranking out at about the same rate. They just worked a really long day, but the thing is, I'm not going to equate it to surgery, but it's kind of like surgery. It's like you can't mess up, because if you mess up, it could cost you your job. And we're talking about, a decimal point or, 3.625 instead of 3.750 or just a number of different things. If you were supposed to put in for a $4,000 fee and you put zero because you were looking at the wrong spot, or you mislabel something, it doesn't count, and then any of those fees, it's just, and your only solace is that the loan might not go to close, and then it's fine. But if it does, you'll either get a major chewing, or just, it has come to our attention that you're a liability. And I don't say it like that, but it is what it is. Hey, we packed your stuff up for you. And good news, you don't have to work today. Bad news is you don't get to work today or any other day. Yesterday was your last day. But here's your stuff. We conveniently packed it all up for you. And don't worry about anything else. It's all been taken care of. And you can keep your membership with the company. You still get to use your bank account. But yeah, we won't be seeing you later. And have a good day. May your job searching go happy and well. I don't know. I imagine that's the best case scenario. No, it's probably some PC nonsense. we really regret to inform you that you don't regret anything. Stop that nonsense. If any of y'all ever heard the "we regret to inform you" thing, we regret. Jobs I've applied for in the past email me back. We regret to inform you that you were not selected. If you regret it, then how about you change your mind? I literally have replied back. I don't understand the word regret here. I take you seriously when you say you regret not deciding to move forward with me. I agree with that regret, and I recommend you reconsider as to avoid any issues of regret. Did I do that? Yes, I did that. Do I recommend that? You do what you want. Was it fun to... I don't think I accomplished anything. They probably didn't even read the email. But I will poke holes in your psychotic, politically correct nonsense every time. Every time. I'm so in opposition to the foolishness. Don't tell me that you regret not choosing me as an employee or even a potential employee. We regret to inform you you were not selected for the interview process. I'm like, if you regret it, then change your... Stop it. Don't regret it. What's wrong with you? Be confident in your decisions. If you have any doubt, then interview me and I'll prove your prejudice is wrong anyway, and you will hire me. But the fact that you're prejudiced against me because you think I'm some transient nonsense employee that would never serve you well, that's where you're wrong, first of all. But don't you dare tell me you regret it, because that makes you a moron. How am I supposed to even respect you? Like, oh, wow, they regret not choosing me for an interview? Well, I don't want to work for those morons who make decisions that they regret, and they don't have any wisdom or knowledge or tact. They just say stupid stuff to people that they didn't interview. We regret to inform you that we have proceeded along with other candidates, and it is sorrowful to tell you that you're a moron. Don't lay it down light. We looked at you. We did pay attention to your resume. We read it. We read other ones. Yours didn't make the cut. Go find... You'll get a job eventually if you keep trying. More than likely. Have a nice day. That's how it needs to be written. Hello? You applied for this job. I don't even know if you remember doing that, but if you were really looking forward to it, your resume wasn't exciting. It didn't really... We were looking for this specifically, and it's too late, so don't try and change your resume now and argue. But you didn't fit what we were looking for, and yeah, go keep trying. You're fine. It looks like you'll get a job fine somewhere else. Don't give up. Have a nice day. That's the kind of emails that need to be given to people that are getting rejected for jobs. That's not gonna like give any false... It's just true. Just, hey, we were looking for this, and you weren't anywhere close. It's not your fault. It's just your fault. But it's not a big deal. So it's not a big deal. We're not as great as you think we are. Every job, in essence, is horrifying and terrible and cursed by God. But we're staying, and you're not. And have a nice day. Keep trying. You'll be fine. I could write these letters all day. But just be truthful. The HR world, I've talked about this before. there's so many industries I would love to revamp. That's one of them. I think that the HR world and the bureaucracy and politically correctness of the HR world is just terrifying. Just terrifying. It's so gross. It's like it's still got the human component to it, but it's moving more and more algorithmically. Everybody thinks in forms of algorithms. They don't think in terms of dynamic, what's the word? Not cooperative, but complementary. Complementary skills is one of the most. So listen, what there isn't is there's not a and I do say necessary. If you're going to hire well, you need a very necessary component of intuition in the hiring process. You do need it. And if you ignore it and you follow an algorithm, you will hire random statistics. Yeah, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But if you use intuition with wisdom, what do I mean by intuition? I'm glad you asked. I don't know how I got on this topic, but it's fine. But what I mean by intuition is when the person tells you, let's say it's an accountant, okay? Let's say it's an accountant. Well, I did construction. I was just a helper. I wasn't like the main guy. I was just a helper, construction helper. I did that for a little while. I worked at a grocery store, and I counted the inventory, and then I did this one job where I had to like revamp an entire website, and what you need to start thinking if you hear somebody say all that, you need to go, wow, those are completely unrelated jobs. You can start asking some questions. You're like, okay, well, let's see that. That's very interesting. Those are very different jobs. You see the reaction. They're like, they're very, very different. Like, when you were leaving each one of those jobs, was that on what led you to leave any of those jobs? Each time I left those jobs, I was leaving for a better opportunity. They weren't bad jobs, and I did well, but it was just another opportunity that seemed to make more sense for my family and provided well. Okay, that's fair. See, I'm not going to be a sodomite and say that that's a threat. Because if that's a threat to you as an employer, that somebody is interested in providing the best for their family, and you don't have any security in your own employment that you're providing for people, then maybe you shouldn't be hiring. As an employer, if you don't have something you can stand for, a rationale as to why somebody should work for you, then you probably don't get it, and you're not going to get quality workers. And it can be any level of business. It can be a mom and pop 3-employee business. It can be a multi-continental or international massive company with hundreds of thousands of employees. It doesn't matter. The wage doesn't matter. The mission and the purpose matter. I'm really glad that you mentioned that you left those jobs for better opportunities. We strive to be the opportunity for individuals. that are looking for a fulfilling and enriching career. And it's not that for everyone. We're realistic to say that this isn't the end all best place to work ever for all people. However, for those that thrive and find the work interesting and fulfilling, we back that up with a lot of great supplemental compensation and great healthcare and other benefits. And we believe that we provide a really enriching culture in which to grow and learn. Is that something that sounds interesting to you? I'm making this up as I go. Obviously, it could be worded a little bit more salesy, but genuine, right? Yeah, that does. It does. See, we want to provide a fair wage that shows that we respect the work that you're doing, but at the same time, we have to maintain, a certain margin in order to be profitable, and we try to strike a balance there as best we can. We believe that the whole package, anyway, you get the point. The employer shouldn't just be putting the person on trial. There should be a certain level of sales to it. There should be. And as much as that is lost, you're soulless entity when you're just grilling your people because it's so competitive. Here's the thing. Just because it's a competitive job doesn't mean that you're only getting the best. And that's a lot to blame on the HR reps because they're just looking at algorithmic data and they're not making their decisions based on dynamic people. They're not going, well, this guy has done a lot of different things. That could mean one of two things. They're not even thinking that could mean one of two things. They're just looking at details. HR reps may as well be robots. Hey, I'm an HR rep. Hey. HR reps may as well. It's not your fault. Your industry is literally written by the devil. Hey, no, you don't even know what you're doing. Listen, I'm very familiar with PHR certification. I'm not certified, but I've looked into it. I've taken the courses, and I just don't have the means to get certified. So it is what it is. I think it's terrifyingly horrible, and I'd prefer to just change the paradigm on my own by the company that I run, and just do it differently. Do it like I was talking about. Hey, here we don't pay the most, but you're going to get treated in a biblically fair manner. You're going to get paid on time. You're going to be respected. You're going to be challenged. There's going to be certain expectations that you aren't a loser and that you will work hard. We're going to expect that. And that's going to be good for you. And if you can't handle that because you're not mature enough to work at that level, we'll have grace, but we'll also have these expectations. So is that something you can handle? Well, yeah, that sounds exciting. Exactly. That's the difference between Gomorran organizations and ones that actually care about loving God. They're going to treat you differently. So anyway, have I been a manager before? Have I had interviews? Yeah, I have. I sure have. I've done hundreds of interviews. Probably like 200. Probably 200 interviews. Well, that's a whole lot. Well, like 5 a day, 7 a day, 11 a day for like months and months and months. What industry was that? I was actually the financial services industry as a life insurance agent. And it was interesting. I gained the skill of reading resumes. But the funny thing is, it's all the you don't even need a resume. None of that's really relevant. I mean, obviously, you need to be something. You need to be literate. There's testing involved to get the license to be a licensed life insurance agent, and you can be immature. I mean, you just need to be smart. It's not easy. There was a lot of people that just couldn't pass the test because whatever. So it's 4:11. It's going to be 4:15 ish, 4:20, something along those lines when I clock in. I'm going to end this stream as soon as I park. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye now. Glance down the stream. Got 2 viewers. Welcome. Got this Roxy that's been here. Thanks for being here. It's a Saturday morning, 4 o'clock. And here I am rolling into work. And guess what? There's like 8 cars in the parking lot because there's always somebody working here. And this is the satellite campus. I work at the satellite campus. And there's still this many cars. Because they've always got somebody working. And at the bigger campus, I think that there's a lot more people. There's probably like 100 people working. I don't know. Alrighty. So I'm gonna park at the end of the row here. Yeehaw! Yeet! I'm just kidding. I don't even talk like that. I ain't no Generation Z. Hey, y'all can thumbs up. There's 2 of you. Give me 2 thumbs up, please. Yeah, I could, but the company doesn't allow do the loans from home thing. JM, what's up? Yeah, Resurrection, man. Passover. You gotta think about what's really going on here. What's the point? Easter is so far removed from the pagan roots that it has. So remember that. Oh, Easter's a pagan ritual. Yeah, it used to be. It's pretty just meaningless now. And can things be redeemed? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, Jesus. Just think about Jesus and read all you can about the Passover and what's all of the significance about this time. So do that. And I don't talk to customers at all. I'd talk to no one. I'm not on the phone at all. I only process the documents, which requires looking stuff up. I'm giving a loan estimate. That's all I do. I just do the initial documents on loans. So there's like 5 different people involved in the loan life cycle, and I'm the first-ish. I'm like the 0.5er. There's like a robot and sometimes one person that like just speeds through, checks through a couple of things, and then I'm the first person that actually handles the loan. But I never talk to the customer because I have all the information I already need, and that's what the loan officer does, which I'm not a loan officer. I ain't no officer. All right, bye. Gotta go to work. Thanks for the thumbs. You'll have a great life. Read the Bible. Find out what this Passover thing historically is about and what it's about for us as Christians. John MacArthur, John Piper, Spurgeon, Charles Spurgeon. Look up those guys and what they have to say about Easter, Passover, all that. Specifically Spurgeon, if you really want just concise awesomeness, Charles Spurgeon. That's it. Bye.